viewers, welcome back to my channel ServiceNow Catalyst. In the last session, आपने देखा how I explained you about who does what with the screen sharing. Now, where data roles will be stored in. And ServiceNow as a low-code, no-code platform, it offers so many of tables, right? Data को store करना, records create होगा, records को maintain करना, all these things happens in the tables. And what this table means the foundation data in ServiceNow. So, in the day 4, we will talk about the tables. And day 4 is again linked to ServiceNow fundamentals. And that is table, which is basically of 3 types. One is base table. Base table का क्या मतलब है? Base table means the tables which are offered by ServiceNow out of box and it is not inherited from any other table. मतलब it acts as a parent table. The next type of table is common tables. Common tables means आप कोई भी फॉर्म खोलो, उस फॉर्म में इस टेबल का रेफरेंस लिया जाएगा and that is something referred to as common table. The base table I told ये किसी inherited नहीं हो रहा है. The third type of table is called as inherited tables. मतलब उसका कोई parent table होगा, right? And that is referred to as inherited table. Inherited table मतलब these are the child table which has been extended from the base table. And the fourth type of table is the custom table. ऐसा हो सकता है कि when you are understanding the configurations, you need to create your own tables. जो out of box tables आपको मिल रहा है in the form of base table, common table, inherited table, that would not work. In that case, you have to customize because ServiceNow is a scalable tool, so you can create your own table as well, and that you will create as a own table that is referred to as custom table. That is fourth type of service. Now talk about some of the example. Base table, or we can also call it as a parent table, or we can also call it a system tables. Base table में कुछ examples मैं देता हूँ, which we will refer in my screen sharing part. That is task table, user table, and these are the labels. In the backend, you will see sys underscore. Sys मतलब system, मतलब system out of box table है ये. Okay, task table, that is itself is a task table, name भी है उसका. So again, that is termed as base table or system tables. If anything starts with sys underscore in the URL, that means it is out of box table and termed as system tables as well. Okay. The common table part, common table, for example, anything will start with CMN underscore. That means common tables like location, department, right? These are some of the common tables are used, and in label form means in the backend you will see in the URL that is basically it starts with CMN underscore. You will आप hit करना उस time में this is common table. And the third type, inherited table, the child table can be anything, and it will say that extends from some parent table, right? And the last one, that is custom table, it will starts with U underscore. In the URL part, I'm talking about all the things in the URL part. When we have URL, you will see that it will show that in the screen sharing part. But I just want to make emphasis on that part, that is how to identify which table is what table. It is a custom, it is a system, or it is a inherited table. So custom table will starts with U underscore, means user. User had created this one. So that is U underscore, and then whatever the name you will name it while creating that part. So that is the starts with U underscore. One more important thing about tables is, right? कोई भी application without tables, it will not complete because data needs to be maintained and created, or whatever is it needs to be stored somewhere, right? ServiceNow being a cloud-based platform, so ServiceNow का जो data है that is stored in the cloud. And right, tables. When we talk about tables, it has got rows and columns. It has got rows and columns. Rows refers to records and column refers to fields. And this is not limited to ServiceNow. Any data structure you talk about you have learned in the academics, you will understand table contains rows and columns. Rows means records and columns means the fields. In ServiceNow, as I said, is a low-code, no-code platform. It offers you so many tables. It's around, I guess, 16K, means 16,000 number of records, means tables are there in ServiceNow, which helps you to streamline your processes and the data needs to be stored there. Now let's quickly jump into our my screen sharing, where you will see what tables are there and how to see who is parent one, how to distinguish what the tables are, how it can be inherited, how it can be custom, or how it can be base table. So let's go to screen share.
Hello viewers, let's get quickly started with tables. What is table I have explained. Now we'll see in ServiceNow what are the table actually present in ServiceNow. For it again I will log into ServiceNow with my credentials. And we'll quickly jump to tables. And the table it is sys underscore user, sys underscore user underscore role. So now let's quickly talk about these tables. You can see here it is being used sys underscore user. In the vocational part I covered that part, that what does sys mean. Sys means system. Okay. अब ये कहाँ मुझे देखने को मिलेगा, तो जो फाउंडेशन जो DS टेबल्स है, दिस इज द फाउंडेशन इन ServiceNow. किसी भी एप्लीकेशन का डेटा पार्ट इज द फाउंडेशनल पार्ट. विदाउट डेटा, विदाउट दैट टेबल्स एंड ऑल, यू कैनॉट प्रोसीड with the complete application, because यूजर जो लॉगिन करेगा उसका डेटा कहीं सेव होगा, राइट. कोई रिकॉर्ड जनरेट करेगा उसका डेटा कहीं सेव होगा. सो ये कहाँ सेव होगा, दैट इज समथिंग टेबल्स. एंड टेबल्स जब आप टाइप करोगे एप्लीकेशन नेविगेटर में, you will get system definition. You can come to tables. Yes, okay, tables. You can see here update name is okay. So यहाँ पे you're getting all the tables. So very first thing is we talk about system tables, जो हम जैसे हम बोलते हैं out of box tables, या हम इसे ये भी बोलते हैं base tables. यहाँ पे हम एक फिल्टर लगा लेते हैं starts with, okay, name starts with, इसको रिमूव कर लेते हैं. नेम्स स्टार्ट्स विद सिस्टम, मतलब सिस्टम को एब्रेविएशन यूज किया गया SYS. तो ये देखो सिस, यहाँ पे एक और चीज लगा लेते हैं. वी हैव गॉट सो मेनी अराउंड 1972 tables, which means we have very well structured of tables in ServiceNow to maintain the records to तो अभी इसमें आप देखोगे सिस्टम, जैसे मैं अगर और देखो 900,000 में जैसे मैं sys अंडरस्कोर यूजर करता हूँ, ओके, जो बेसिक फाउंडेशनल डेटा की बात करें अगर, तो यूजर टेबल है, ओके, यूजर रोल टेबल है, ग्रुप टेबल है एंड ऑल दैट. तो दिस इज लिंक टू यूजर, जो भी यूजर सिलेक्टेड है दैट इज कम्स अंडर द sys अंडरस्कोर यूजर, एंड दिस इज द फाउंडेशनल डेटा. अगेन सिमिलर मैनर में वी हैव ऑल्सो गॉट कॉमन, CM अंडरस्कोर मतलब कॉमन, कॉमन बिल्डिंग है ना, डिपार्टमेंट, राइट. और यहाँ एक्सटेंड टेबल भी है, आई विल कम टू दैट. कॉमन टेबल है, ओके. अब मैंने बात करी थी बेस टेबल. बेस टेबल मतलब जो किसी से एक्सटेंड नहीं हुआ है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगेन आपको मैं दिखाता हूँ, sys अंडरस्कोर यूजर, वापस मैं टाइप करता हूँ. दिस इज द बैकएंड नेम, लेबल है ये, यू अंडरस्टैंड. लेबल मतलब जो एंड यूजर को दिख रहा होगा. बैकएंड मतलब जो वी विल यूज इन आवर स्क्रिप्टिंग, इन वर्क फ्लोज एंड ऑल एज अ पार्ट ऑफ कॉन्फ़िगरेशन. यू कैन सी हियर बेस टेबल का मतलब हो गया कि वो टेबल किसी और टेबल से एक्सटेंड नहीं हुआ है, मतलब इसका कोई पेरेंट टेबल नहीं है, ओके. अब ये हो सकता है sys यूजर किसी का पेरेंट भी हो सकता है. सो लेट्स चेक दिस आउट. कोई ऐसा पेरेंट नहीं है, दैट मीन्स इट इज अ बेस टेबल, और इसका कोई चाइल्ड टेबल्स नहीं है, इसका मतलब, राइट. नाउ वी विल सी अनदर टेबल कॉल्ड टास्क टेबल. देयर आर सो मेनी ऑफ टेबल्स. इफ आई क्लिक ऑन ऑल, there are 6,151 tables which we cannot cover, but we'll talk about the foundational data, right, which is very much important to understand for the and which is going to be common for our upcoming sessions and for to run the business process for different modules like ITOM, ITBM and all. तो task table जब मैं करूँगा, you can see here I have got the task table. and this is task table. Again you can see here extend table is empty. That means this is also a base table. मतलब this has been not extended. Extended का मतलब कोई child table नहीं है. अभी अगर मैं टाइप करूं टास्क को यहाँ पे डाल दूं, मतलब किस किस टेबल का पेरेंट टास्क है. So we have got around 54 tables. You can see here change request, change phase, asset, incident, incident task and all that. So this is we called extended tables. किसको extend कर रहा है? task table को. I mean to say change request is a child table of task request, जिसे हम टेबल इनहेरिटेंस भी बोलते हैं. टेबल इनहेरिटेंस क्या है? अगर मैं बेटा हूं अपने फादर का, मेरे में कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होगा अपने पिताजी का. और आपको पता होना चाहिए हमेशा एडवांस क्रोमोसोम होता है आपके बच्चों में. ओके, तो मैंने पापा का कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स तो लिया ही है, साथ में मेरे पास जो एडवांस है फीचर लाइक आई कैन. सो दैट मीन्स जब टेबल इनहेरिटेंस की हम जब बात करेंगे, एट दैट टाइम टास्क टेबल का जो कुछ फील्ड्स होंगे वो सारे इनहेरिट हो रहे होंगे आपके चाइल्ड टेबल्स में. ओके, आई थिंक दिस इज वेरी क्लियर. अब नाउ विल क्विकली सी, let's say incident table. Incident table is the child table of task. इसका मतलब है कुछ fields जो होंगे shared होंगे task table और incident table में. For example, हम एक task table पे open कर लेते हैं and incident table का फटाफट compare कर लेते हैं. आप देखो some of the fields like priority, urgency, okay. In total, what number of fields? We have 70 fields. Okay, we have got 70 fields. Let me see. I can increase the count. No. Okay. We can see here we have 70 fields in which I can see here collation ID, urgency. And let me go to the next page by clicking on the next page. We have got a state work notes. Incident table में कैसा है? Again you can see here severity, urgency वगैरह भी होगा. कैटेगरी के 95 टेबल्स है, तो मैं एक्सपेक्टिंग कि 70 जो फील्ड्स हमने वहां देखा लाइक अर्जेंसी, यू कैन सी हियर, लाइक यू सी हियर अर्जेंसी, तो सारे कुछ व्हेन वी एक्सटेंड दिस वन इट हेल्प्स यू टू fetches all the fields which are there in the task table when we create the extend table. We'll see in the upcoming session how we create table and extend it, but for now you understand the types of table, that is the base table, and for example for that is sys underscore user table, or you can type here user. Okay, user sys underscore user. So see, for user you can see here so much users are there, so it will create confusion. So that's why in the backend we use the backend name, so it will point directly to the right one. So we have got sys user, that is the base table. It is not being extended from any table, मतलब कोई parent नहीं है. And the second one is the extended, means the inherited table. For example, incident. Base table में और example हो सकता है, पहले वो देख लेते हैं. Task हो सकता है. Task which very much important. Task से ही incident table आया है. So for incident again, incident is what? Is the inherited table from task table. Okay, and the one more we call it as a u underscore, कोई custom table, मतलब कोई अगर user बना रहा है उसको कोई custom table हमने अगर बनाया है, like for example you can see u and the test table, import set table है ये, को extend करके हमने बनाया है, तो this is something कोई user बना रहा है, that is we called custom table. So this is about the tables, base table, or we can also say the system tables, the extended tables and the custom tables. These are the tables we use in ServiceNow. And one more thing I want to explain, that is this particular row is called records. Okay, and columns are in tables, columns refer to the fields. For example, if I go to now incident table, so each record I can see 40 records. Each records in this table is the row, means what this row contains the records, and columns, these are the columns represent the fields in ServiceNow. Thank you team, stay connected and stay tuned for the next part, that is how to create a table, and we'll see how this data comes in all.
Okay, so now I think from my screen sharing, you understood from where to navigate to the tables, what tables are there, how we can distinguish that the tables is coming from the parent. That I have covered in my session, I guess. So now in the next session, we will see how we can create tables using the concept of creating child table from the parent table, creating standalone table as a base table, and also we will cover the custom table, how we can custom table, and where it will be, where you can, when you create that table, where it can be, you can find that and navigate that, and where you can store the, how we can store the data into it. Stay tuned and stay connected. Do not forget to like, share, and comment, and hit the bell icon.